The world keeps turning as if nothing is happening. But under the surface, invisible forces are moving in silence.
The signs are already there, in the news, in nature.
In the behavior of Hispanic people.
Few observe them. Even fewer understand them. This is not just a warning message. It is a call.
Lo que estás a punto de escuchar podría cambiar tu manera de ver la realidad para siempre.
Diverse humanity, including Hispanic individuals of varying ages and genders.
While the majority focuses on the everyday, on the routine, on daily problems, there is another layer of reality where great changes are brewing.
Cambios bruscos en el clima, tensiones políticas inesperadas, movimientos sociales repentinos y una...
Something is not right, even though they cannot explain exactly what.
That feeling is no accident. It is the echo of a warning that has been repeated again and again throughout time. Desde las civilizaciones antiguas hasta la era moderna, siempre han existido relatos sobre momentos previos a grandes transformaciones.
It's remarkable, this shift.
Right.
It feels less like a realization and more like an awakening.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are finally moving.
Those tales described a period of confusion, of false securities, and of signs that would only be understood by those who were attentive.
Hoy, esa descripción encaja de manera inquietante con nuestra realidad actual.
Technology advances at a speed never before seen.
Information multiplies, the borders dissolve, and humanity seems more connected than ever, but at the same time, more divided.
This contrast is not accidental. Many ancient texts warned that before a great event,
Comfort lulls, the routine distracts, and meanwhile, the foundations of reality begin to tremble.
No es necesario buscar muy lejos para encontrar señales. Basta con observar el comportamiento de las personas.
Collective anxiety, fear of the future, loss of meaning, and the desperate search for answers are symptoms that something is changing deep down.
It's falling apart.
Where is the council? Why aren't they responding?
They abandoned us. We're on our own.
It's not just a glitch. The entire grid is failing. Mayday!
Breaking news from downtown, where the colossal squid continues its rampage. Markets remain unfazed. And next, how to embrace the new normal of gravity shifts.
Estamos en la antesala de algo grande.
The most dangerous thing right now is not what is about to happen, but indifference.
Human being tends to believe that great changes always happen in faraway places or in future times.
Pensamos que a nosotros no nos tocará. Sin embargo, la historia demuestra lo contrario.
Los grandes giros siempre suceden cuando la mayoría está distraída, confiada, convencida de que todo seguirá igual.
This chapter seeks not to generate fear, but awareness.
Because when a warning is understood in time, there is still the possibility of preparing.
Quienes entienden las señales antes que los demás tienen la capacidad de tomar mejores decisiones, de protegerse y de ayudar a otros a despertar.
Algo grande está por ocurrir en los próximos días.
Signs always appear before something big happens. The problem is that almost no one takes them seriously.
Están frente a nosotros todos los días, en las noticias, en el comportamiento de la gente, en los cambios repentinos del mundo.
But the majority prefers to look the other way. Why? Because accepting the signs means accepting that something huge is approaching.
And not everyone is ready for that truth.
What you are about to hear is not a coincidence. Every signal has a message.
And the whole world, without knowing it, is already receiving it.
A lo largo de la historia,
Antes de cada gran transformación, siempre hubo advertencias.
Ninguna llegona llegó de manera directa o clara.
Siempre fueron fragmentadas, confusas, dispersas en distintos lugares del mundo.
The same thing happens today. The signs do not appear as a single impactful event, but as
In recent times, the behavior of the natural world has changed drastically.
Extreme climatic phenomena, alterations in seasonal cycles, disasters that occur in places where they were never before recorded.
All of this is quickly explained by science, but the frequency and intensity of these events are surpassing any previous prediction.
For many ancient texts, these mismatches were one of the first warnings that a great global change was approaching.
Allow me to help you across, and I can take that bag.
That is very kind of you. Thank you so much.
las personas están más...
Las personas están más tensas, más irritables, más desconfiadas.
La paciencia se pierde con facilidad. La empatía disminuye y la sensación de inseguridad se extiende incluso en lugares donde...
Las noticias de conflictos, crisis, colapsos institucionales y tenes sociales se han vuelto...
This normalization of chaos is, in itself, a dangerous sign. When humanity become accustomed to instability, it loses the ability to react in time.
And that is, according to many ancient records, one of the most critical stages before a great event.
Another clear signal is the acceleration of time, not in a literal sense, but in the way changes occur. What used to take decades to transform now happens in months.
The signals do not seek to scare, they seek to awaken. Their function is not to provoke panic, but to prepare.
Every ignored signal is a lost opportunity to understand what is approaching.
Este capítulo nos deja una verdad incómoda. El mundo no está en calma, aunque así lo parezca.
Everything that is happening is not completely new.
Aunque el mundo parezca diferente, los patrones se repiten una y otra vez, como un eco que atraviesa los siglos.
The same signals, the same errors, the same warnings, only the scenarios and the Hispanic elderly male protagonists change.
The majority of people believe that history has been left behind, but the truth is much more disturbing. History never left.
When the history is observed with true attention, something disturbing is discovered. The great events never happen in isolation.
Another recurring pattern is the loss of confidence. Before every great historical transformation,
Alert messages from a male East Asian elder were always ridiculed, minimized, or silenced.
Ancient records show that before great changes, there were always deep divisions among people, conflicting groups.
The repetition also manifests itself in the economic aspect. Before every historical collapse, there was a stage of excesses, of immoderate accumulation.
Here, we convince ourselves that esa vez será diferente, that ahora somos más inteligentes, that tenemos la tecnología.
Los patrones no obligan a un destino inevitable, pero sí advierten de una posibilidad muy real.
This chapter leaves us with a difficult truth to accept. It is not the firm humanity finds itself at a critical point like this.
No importa el país, la edad o la cultura, la sensación es la misma. Algo está por cambiar.
Algo se acerca.
A growing sense of dread returns again and again, even as many Hispanic individuals try to ignore it.
Hoy vamos a hablar de esa voz interna que millones de personas están experimentando al mismo tiempo.
For science, these states are explained as collective stress. But for those who feel it intensely, the explanation...
This feeling is not new. Historical records show that before major events, a similar...
Hoy, ese mismo estado de alerta parece haberse activado a gran escala. Personas que aparentemente lo tienen todo sienten un vacío inexplicable.
The human mind is capable of perceiving patterns before rationally understanding them.
It is a collective reaction to an environment that is changing at all its levels: physical, social, economic, and emotional.
A moment of deep reflection that precedes great transformations. El llamado antes del cambio.
As this feeling expands, contrasts also intensify. Some people react by desperately seeking distractions.
When the unrest does not find a channel of understanding, it transforms to anxiety, aggressiveness, hopelessness, or apathy.
Este capítulo nos revela una verdad profunda. La conciencia humana de una mujer latina.
Something big is about to happen, and it's not just the world announcing it through visible signs. The most dangerous thing about big changes is not the moment they occur.
Decisions that seem small, harmless, even necessary, but which, accumulated, change the course of everything.
The world is choosing its path without realizing it.
Hoy descubrirás cómo las decisiones actuales están construyendo el escenario de lo que está por venir.
And why aren't we so far from the consequences anymore?
History does not change suddenly. It transforms slowly through thousands of seemingly insignificant
of progress. In the name has begun to sacrifice.
Decisions are also marking a critical point.
Systems that are increasingly fragile are being...
In the social sphere, decisions are just as profound. The division is normalized. The confrontation is fueled.
Also, there are the personal decisions, those that each individual makes in silence.
Ancient records warned that before great transformations, humanity would always choose the easiest path.
Lo más alarmante es que muchas de estas decisiones se toman desde el miedo. Miedo a perder lo poco que se tiene. Miedo a quedar...
Capacidad de terapia. Sin embargo, este capítulo no es solo una advertencia, también es una oportunidad.
The decisions the world is taking today will define the impact of what is to come.
There is a moment in every story when it is no longer possible to turn back.
Un instante invisible, silencioso, en el que todo cambia sin que nadie lo note de inmediato.
The world is dangerously approaching that point. Many continue to live as if there were still unlimited time to react, but the truth is different.
The concept of the point of no return does not belong only to science or aviation. It also exists in history, in economics, in politics, and in human life.
Ancient civilizations knew this concept very well.
Today, many signs indicate that the world is dangerously approaching its own point of no return.
I'm Bernard Den Barson. The market's open, the news continues, an elderly African-American man works, a middle-aged South Asian woman...
Another critical element is the long-term loss of vision. Decisions are made thinking only of the immediate benefit.
But even when the point of no return approaches, there are always final signals.
A nivel individual, también existe este punto. Hay un momento en el que se dejan pasar tantas oportunidades de despertar que la conciencia se adormece casi por completo.
However, the mere act of speaking of the point of no return means that it has not yet been fully crossed. There is still a narrow but real window of time.
Este capítulo marca el umbral más delicado de nuestra historia reciente. Ya no estamos en la etapa de simples
Something big is about to happen, and the world moves toward its point of no return with slow, almost imperceptible steps.
No todos los cambios llegan con estruendo. Algunos llegan en silencio. Como
The day everything changes is rarely recognized instantly. East Asian people get up, go about their routines, look at the sky, check their phones.
So I told him, if you want the ladus, you have to sing for them. He actually did it. What a fool.
Así ocurren los grandes giros de la historia. Sin cuenta regresiva, sin aviso claro, sin una señal definitiva que grite ahora.
The day everything changes is not always a single day. Sometimes it is a process that is
But in reality, they all formed part of the same chain. A chain that led, inevitably, to this point.
¿Cómo pasó esto?
The day everything changes is also the day true priorities are revealed.
Pero este día no es solo destrucción, también es revelación. En medio del caos, muchas personas despiertan.
Which way did they go? Did anyone see them?
They can't just do this and get away! Others will desperately try to return to what no longer exists.
But there will also be those who understand that this change, however hard it may be, is the result.
By integrating these solar and wind solutions, we project a 30% increase in energy output within the first year alone.
The day everything changes marks a clear division. The before and the after.
Nothing ever feels the same again. Conversations change, dreams change, even the way a
tontas. Sin embargo, hay una verdad que casi nadie se atreve a decir, todavía hoy, antes de que ese día llegue con toda su fuerza.
We cannot control the event, but we can control our preparation. No podemos detener el cambio, pero sí decidir si seremos víctimas pasivas o participantes conscientes de lo que vendrá.
This is not a message of fear.
It is a call to clarity.
Comprenderla, en cambio, nos da una oportunidad, la de atravesar el cambio con mayor fortaleza, con menos pérdida, con más conciencia.
Porque al final, cuando el día en que todo cambia llegue por completo, no importará cuánto sabíamos, sino cuánto esto sabíamos.
And now that you have come this far, the question is no longer whether something big is going to happen.
The true question is...
La verdadera pregunta es, ¿tú estarás preparado cuando ocurra?
Data minimization successful across all streams.
And consent management is fully compliant. The experiments are a success. Every privacy technology piloted, the testing was crucial. Smart City generated enormous...
Columbus tested every method. Some worked, others failed. Differential privacy succeeded, enabled analytics without exposure. Consent management gave control.
Users made choices. The privacy framework became national standard. Columbus proved smart cities and privacy compatible.
Through proven technologies, through implemented safeguards, privacy through experimentation, security through...
material exchanges, energy sharing, byproduct synergies. The park operated as living experiment, companies constantly joining, testing partnerships.
The economy worked. Waste decreased 90% and costs fell significantly. Revenue increased through byproduct sales.
Columbus proved circular economy viable through actual implementation, through measured results, through
Profitability through waste elimination. Success through systematic optimization.
The urban agriculture program tested food production methods, rooftop farms, vertical gardens,
As you can see, the vertical farms produced abundantly this quarter.
The yields are up 30%, surpassing all expectations.
Rooftop gardens struggled in Ohio winters. Aquaponics succeeded commercially. Community gardens built connection.
Abandoned failures. The urban farms produced 30% of Columbus produce. Local food through tested methods. Food security through proven systems. Columbus fed itself.
Through experimentation. Through agriculture. Through innovation.
The mental health innovation tested treatment methods.
Teletherapy, AI screening, peer support, crisis intervention.
The personalized treatments really made a difference in my daily life.
That's exactly the kind of feedback we need for the Columbus study.
Measuring outcomes. Some innovations worked dramatically, others marginally. Teletherapy succeeded broadly.
Proven interventions
seem to be working well for you.
Yes, I really appreciate the evidence-based approach.
Through proven approaches, through continuous innovation, Columbus demonstrated mental health care can improve. Through experiment, Workforce Development Laboratory tested training methods, micro-credentials, skills-based hiring, apprenticeships, career pathways. Every workforce program piloted in Columbus.
The laboratory partnered with employers.
Apprenticeships connected training to employment. Columbus refined workforce development through systematic testing. Employment increased.
Rose. Wages rose. Skills matched jobs. The workforce program, managed by a Caucasian male director, employment through proven systems. Columbus connected training to opportunity.
Through experimentation, through partnership.
Through commitment to workers.
The neighborhood innovation districts gave communities control over experiments. Each district chose which pilots to accept, which to reject.
The autonomy was crucial. Not all Columbus wanted same innovations.
Different neighborhoods.
Different needs, different preferences. Diversity strengthened testing. Same technology.
Different contexts.
Broader insights. Companies learned what worked where.
What worked everywhere.
What worked nowhere. Neighborhood control built trust. Residents participated willingly, provided honest feedback, shaped innovations actively.
Columbus proved participation requires autonomy. Experimentation requires consent. Innovation requires community control. The neighborhood approach worked.
Participation increased. Feedback improved. Innovation succeeded through community partnership.
Data streams are fully integrated. We now have comprehensive performance analytics across all recovery and training modules.
Every sports innovation piloted with Ohio State athletics and local teams. The testing was intensive, real competition.
Some technologies improved results, others distracted. Wearables enhanced training. Analytics informed coaching. Virtual reality limited use.
The recovery tech definitely helped the injuries. We refined the sports technology through this feedback, leading to improved performance.
Your results are incredibly impressive, Doctor. We're ready to invest.
We appreciate your confidence in the Columbus program.
Through athlete participation, through measured outcomes, through competitive validation,
Intelligent lighting, climate control, security systems,
Occupancy sensing, energy optimization. Every building technology piloted in Columbus.
I cannot believe it.
It's ridiculous. The temperature is perfect, but we can't get steady light.
Occupancy sensing improved efficiency. Columbus buildings refined automation through occupant feedback. Technology serving people, not controlling them.
Smart buildings through tested approaches. Comfort through proven systems. Efficiency through validated methods.
And limits. Through experience.
through measurement, through honest feedback.
Rainwater harvesting, every water technology piloted in Columbus. The testing was thorough. Every building, every system measured constantly.
Some innovations saved water dramatically, others minimally. Smart meters reduced usage.
Rainwater harvesting succeeded residentially. Columbus refined water management through systematic testing.
Through validated approaches, through measured implementation, Columbus demonstrated water conservation achievable.
Through community adoption. Water security through tested innovation.
The cultural integration programs focus on diversity initiatives, offering vital language programs and enriching cultural exchanges.
Integration activities, bias training, every diversity program piloted in Columbus. The testing was sensitive.
Measured carefully. Some programs succeeded, others backfired. Voluntary integration worked. Mandatory training resentment caused. Cultural exchanges built understanding. Quota systems created tension. Columbus refined diversity work through careful experimentation. Built bridges scaled. What created division ended. Diversity improved through tested approaches. Integration through proven methods.
Community through validated programs. Columbus became genuinely diverse.
Intentionally inclusive.
Measurably integrated. Through experimentation.
Through measurement, through commitment to community.
Mobility as a service platform integrated every transportation option. One app, one payment, all modes.
Bike to bus to scooter, all coordinated, all optimized.
The platform evolved through user feedback, interface improvements, feature additions, service integration.
Through usage, adoption patterns, and feature requests, the resulting platform was user-centered and genuinely helpful.
Actually used. Mobility as a service succeeded in Columbus through testing, through iteration, through user control.
The environmental monitoring network measured everything everywhere. Air quality, water purity, soil health.
Light pollution. Thousands of sensors. Constant measurement. Complete transparency. All data public.
We access the data and we demand accountability.
We demand improvements now.
Monitoring drove environmental progress. Can't deny what's measured. Can't hide what's public. Columbus environment improved dramatically.
Through transparency. Through measurement.
Through accountability, environmental monitoring became model.
Published data. Columbus demonstrated environmental democracy requires environmental information, measured constantly.
Shared freely, used actively. Transparency drives accountability. Accountability drives improvement.
The participatory budgeting system gave residents control over spending. 10% of the city budget is allocated through direct voting.
Recommendations. The budgeting worked remarkably well, allowing us to fully fund the local park renovations.
A truly democratic
infrastructure, services, not wasteful projects, not special interests, common goods. The participation increased civic engagement, built community ownership.
Created shared responsibility. Caucasian Columbus residents, including adult men and women, invested in city.
Because they controlled spending.
Because they made choices.
Participatory budgeting succeeded through actual democracy. Real power, meaningful decisions, tangible outcomes.
By the authority granted by the Admiral, we will proceed with the construction as planned. This demonstrates what we can achieve together.
The universal design standards made Columbus accessible to everyone.
Wide sidewalks.
Ramps everywhere. Accessible transit. Welcome to the Columbus Center. We are designed for all abilities, ensuring full participation events.
Infrastructure accommodated everyone. The universal design benefited all.
Everyone gained from accessibility. Columbus proved universal design is simply good design.
Through comprehensive implementation, through refusing compromise on accessibility, Columbus became most accessible. This impacts real people,
Community representation is essential.
The ethical review confirms the risks are mitigated.
Very well. The experiment is approved.
The consent forms are missing critical information regarding the side effects.
And the risk evaluation is severely understated.
This is unethical. We must reject it.
The residents participated willingly because this ethics board protected them. We know oversight existed.
Thank you for acknowledging the board's work. We appreciate your input.
Data ethics through institutional control. Research integrity through independent review. Trust through demonstrated protection. Columbus experimented responsibly.
Through ethical governance, through community protection, through prioritizing people over profits.
Skills Marketplace connected workers with opportunities, microtasks, project work, gig employment, traditional jobs.
Cases. Every work type available. One platform. Columbus workers could assemble income from multiple sources.
The future marketplace evolved through detailed worker feedback, fair pay minimums, equitable rating systems, and
Not employer-dictated, worker-controlled. The marketplace succeeded through fair design, balanced interests, protected workers, enabled employers.
Columbus shaped gig economy ethically, through testing,
through iteration,
through prioritizing worker welfare, gig work,
The community banking system tested financial inclusion,
credit unions,
community development banks,
microfinance, banking for everyone.
No discrimination, no predatory practices, fair lending. The community banks tested innovative services.
Services designed for underserved communities, tested with actual users, refined through feedback.
predatory lending decreased, community wealth built. Columbus demonstrated ethical banking is profitable through tested approaches, through fair practices.
Through community service, finance serving community, not extracting from it, banking with ethics, through proven methods, Columbus showed the way.
Blockchain Applications Lab tested distributed ledger technologies, supply chain tracking, identity management, smart contracts.
Voting systems. Every blockchain use case piloted in Columbus. The testing was rigorous, real applications, actual users, measured outcomes.
Some applications worked, others were solutions seeking problems. Supply chain tracking succeeded. Identity management helped refugees.
Smart contracts automated agreements.
Voting security improved.
Columbus separated blockchain hype from utility.
Through testing.
Through measurement.
Through honest evaluation. Blockchain useful for specific applications. Not everything.
The Resilient Infrastructure Program stress-tested everything. Power grid, water systems.
Constantly challenged, finding weaknesses.
Power stayed on, water flowed, communications continued. Columbus demonstrated infrastructure
Through redundant design. Critical infrastructure through proven reliability. Resilience through validated strength.
Security through tested systems. Columbus infrastructure was strongest because tested hardest, because improved constantly.
The Innovation Compensation System paid residents for participation. Testing required time, energy.
Compensation for contribution. The payment system built equity, didn't exploit poor, didn't favor rich. Everyone paid equally for equal participation.
Columbus avoided ethical problem. Residents weren't subjects, they were partners. Compensated partners.
Increased participation, improved feedback quality. Columbus experimented ethically through fair compensation.
Innovation through partnership.
Testing through mutual benefit.
Scheduled repairs, before breakdown, roads, bridges, utilities, everything. No emergency repairs, just scheduled maintenance. Costs dropped, reliability increased, service improved.
Through preventive action. Maintenance through intelligence. Reliability through prevention. Efficiency through tested predictive systems. Through AI-enabled maintenance. Through preventing rather than reacting.
The local economy platform supported Columbus businesses, discovery tools, payment integration, loyalty programs, marketing assistance.
everything local businesses needed. One platform, community owned, not corporate controlled. The platform kept
benefiting community.
Strengthening economy.
The platform succeeded through business feedback. Features businesses wanted, not corporate profit maximization.
Business success.
By using the Columbus platform, the money stays right here in the community.
That's wonderful. I love supporting local.
The air quality improvement programs tested pollution reduction methods, traffic management, green insulation.
Every pollution solution piloted in Columbus. The testing measured everything, before, during, after.
Traffic reduction succeeded. Green infrastructure helped. Emission controls essential. Industrial regulations necessary. Columbus refined air quality through systematic testing.
Air improved 70%. Through proven methods, through validated approaches, through measured implementation, quality of life through systematic improvement. Columbus breathed easier through experimentation, through commitment, through proven methods.
Sabina, the Memory and Documentation Project recorded everything. Every East Asian female pilot, every result.
The documentation was Columbus's greatest contribution. Not just innovations, but knowledge.
Columbus shared everything. Freely, openly, generously.
The data clearly supports this decision, maximizing our reach.
I disagree. The current metrics don't account for accessibility gaps.
What's the timeline for the next phase?
Which experiments to approve, which to reject, which to modify.
Youth perspective was crucial. They'd live with consequences longest.
Deserved input most. By challenging the initial assumptions, we've significantly improved the experimental success rate.
This is exactly the innovation we needed. Well done.
The intergenerational governance worked. Elders provided experience, youth provided fresh thinking. Together, they...
Innovation through generational partnership. Success through inclusive governance.
The goal here is dispute management, finding common ground.
In restorative justice, we focus on healing the harm.
We're looking at alternatives for both civil disputes and neighborhood conflicts.
This restorative circle helped me understand the impact of my actions.
Mediation succeeded broadly. Restorative justice reduced recidivism. Peer courts built community. Columbus refined justice through experimentation, reduced incarceration.
Improved outcomes, built community.
Justice through tested approaches, restoration through proven methods, community through validated systems.
Columbus demonstrated alternatives work when tested thoroughly, when implemented properly, when measured honestly.
The Technology Equity Program ensured access for all. Free internet.
The program tested delivery methods. What worked for East Asian senior citizens, for South Asian immigrants, for Black...
Different approaches.
Columbus refined digital equity through testing. Universal access achieved through proven methods, through validated programs, through targeted support.
Now you have access to all the online resources.
This digital inclusion makes a real difference for us.
Equity through proven systems. Columbus connected everyone through testing, through commitment.
Go ahead and press the green button right there.
Oh, there they are. It worked. Hello.
The Green Space Network connected parks throughout the city. Continuous green corridors, walking paths, bike trails.
The network tested design approaches, observing what these diverse residents used, what they ignored, and which connections mattered.
Which didn't. Columbus refined green space through usage patterns, park design through user feedback, network optimization.
Heavily used, well-maintained, community valued, green infrastructure through tested design, recreation through proven layouts.
Columbus created Green City through systematic testing, through user-centered design, through continuous improvement.
The cooperative ownership models tested business structures, worker cooperatives, consumer cooperatives, housing cooperatives, producer cooperatives.
Every cooperative form piloted in Columbus. The testing was comprehensive, real businesses, actual operations, measured outcomes. Some cooperatives thrived.
Others struggled. Worker cooperatives succeeded in service sectors. Consumer cooperatives worked for groceries. Housing cooperatives built community.
Columbus refined cooperative economy through experience. What worked scaled, what didn't ended.
Worker ownership through validated systems. Columbus demonstrated cooperatives viable through experimentation, through measurement, through honest evaluation.
The public health innovation tested disease prevention, screening programs, vaccination strategies.
The testing was rigorous, population-wide, long-term, measured carefully. Some interventions worked dramatically.
Education changed behaviors. Preventive care reduced costs. Columbus refined public health through systematic testing.
Disease prevention through tested programs. Community wellness through validated approaches. Columbus became the Neighborhood Vitality Index measured community health, social connection, economic opportunity.
The index identified problems, targeted interventions, measured improvements, validated approaches. What improved vitality? What didn't matter? What harmed community? The data drove investment, resources to struggle.
The Vitality Index succeeded. Equitable development, measured outcomes, community improvement, neighborhood
Equity through evidence. Columbus built better neighborhoods through testing, through measurement, through targeted investment.
The religious community partnerships tested faith-based services, food banks, counseling, community programs.
The partnerships tested what worked: effectiveness, cost, community acceptance. Some partnerships succeeded.
We must ensure clear boundaries. The Crown provides the secular funding, and the fathers handle the religious delivery of services.
Here you go, sir. We hope this helps you and your family.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support.
When boundaries respected. When outcomes measured. When community served. The critical infrastructure protection tested security systems, cybersecurity, physical security, redundancy. All tested constantly, finding vulnerabilities, strengthening weaknesses, building resilience. Through systematic testing, through continuous improvement, through layered protection. Securities through...
Because improved continuously. Because security was priority. Critical infrastructure through critical security.
The living laboratory philosophy became Columbus's identity. Not just city, experiment, not just home.
Columbus residents embraced role, willing participants, honest feedback providers, innovation partners. The laboratory must...
Evidence-based. Columbus questioned everything, tested everything, measured everything, improved everything. The philosophy...
Because Columbus tested everything. Because residents participated willingly. Because data was comprehensive.
And committing to improvement.
Laboratory city.
Forever testing. Always improving.
Columbus in 2075 proves average cities can become extraordinary. Every innovation needed Columbus validation. Every technology required testing.
Not by chance, by choice. Columbus chose to test, chose to measure, chose to improve.
Through systematic testing, through comprehensive measurement, through generous knowledge sharing, Columbus demonstrated what's possible.
When diverse residents participate willingly. When data drives decisions. When learning, innovation happens here first. Tomorrow is built here today. Columbus, the test city for
where experimentation became excellence. Forever testing, always improving, never finished.